4 states of being, or the 4 frequencies of being. I've done a really interesting research on this Silva technique. I actually just bought the book because I am curious. He basically wanted his children to do better in school. He wanted to reduce the resistance in the human mind. And we all know if there is resistance, there is lack of knowledge, there is lack of trust, there is lack of faith. So I found that very interesting, and I was wondering how he scientifically have proven the different states of being. In spirituality, we all know, we all tap into those things without actually needing a book to tell us how to. But what I found interesting is that he found a proven pattern in his studies when he started to experiment with his children. The first frequency he would call the beta state, or the beta frequency. The second he would call the alpha state, the alpha frequency. And the third that he found is the theta frequency. And the fourth would be the delta. The beta is basically the waking state, the consciousness that we are in while we are awake. And the alpha is the creative state, the frequency where athletes, artists find creativity and be in the zone. You know, when someone says, he is in the zone, she is in the zone, that is the alpha state, where someone is solely focusing on what they are doing and they are mastering doing it. It is also the state of meditation. When you meditate, you are in the alpha state. That's what monks do. They tap into their alpha state while they are in their waking state. So it's something, the alpha is between the sleeping and the waking. The theta state, or the theta frequency, is your light sleep. That is your access to your subconscious. And there were like different methods that he talked about that you can tap into the theta in the state where you just fall asleep. So when you access it, you are just falling into sleep. Some people would fall into paralysis because they are in a theta state, and their mind is still like, but I'm still awake. So they are stuck between the waking and the theta state. That's how they get into the paralysis. But when you can practice accessing the theta state from a very conscious place, you can tap into it without having to freak out or to resist it, because it is just another frequency or another state of being that you can train your mind to access whenever you want. Now, the delta state or the delta frequency is observed when people are in deep sleep. Einstein used to go to sleep when he wanted to solve an equation, and he would write that equation and go to sleep, and he would wake up solving that equation. That is the delta state, that is the delta frequency, where people that know of that delta state tap into it so that they can find the answers that their subconscious is lacking to provide, or their conscious is lacking to provide. The delta state is the unconscious state of your being. When you tap into that, you can tap into your knowledge and the knowledge of every living. Because remember, we are all one energetically. We come from the very one source, which is the source. There is a source. There is a source of energy that we all come with. And it's one. It's not different. We differentiate our emissions based on the other states of being. the other states of wanting to be. These 4 techniques or 4 states or frequencies of being have been proven scientifically. This is not spiritual voodoo bullshit. Okay, it is a state that people tap into without their consciousness or without their awareness of accessing it. Sometimes you just feel better about a problem, or you feel less resistance and more surrender when you sleep on it. You know, when people say, I'll sleep on it. I'll sleep on it, because the delta state is where you solve problems, where you can find solutions to problems that you cannot access within your consciousness or your subconscious. The delta is something that is the essence of your being, the essence of your source, the essence of your energy. And in the light sleep, which is the theta state, you can access the information that you've already accumulated but not paid attention to, and that resides in your subconscious. That is a beautiful thing, because we only use so much in our waking state. Everything else that we perceive goes in our subconscious, and we have access to that in the theta state. We have access to that, but we need to put ourselves in a meditative state or in a light sleep so that we can access it. This is where dreams happen. This is where visions come. This is where downloads come. This is where communication from the other side, possibly, and from your side or from your higher self comes in. The alpha state is something that we all have to practice more often, because it is the state where you clear the mind from the clutter or the distractions, to focus on one thing, to focus on wanting to be in one thing or doing one thing. That is the alpha state. The alpha is you being in control of your waking state while you are awake. The beta is where you perceive everything and take everything and go home. But the alpha is almost like being critical and really looking at things from a different perspective, or applying or implying your own understanding of what that something is. That's how ideas and inspiration come through. You can also link 2 states in one, where you can use the alpha and the theta to work together to be inspired and find ideas that reside within you. I will keep you updated once I get the book, because I've actually purchased the book before I started this video. And it's called The Silva Mind Control Method. And in that book, it's all about getting to know your mind scientifically. And I'm only interested just because I am interested in the link between the spirituality and science. As you all know, or maybe some of you know, that I'm a big fan of Nikola Tesla. And when he said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration, this is where my mission, this is where my eager to learn resides. There is a huge link between finding the science and the patterns in the spirit, in the energy, in the vibration, in the frequency. This can all be studied, researched, and proven to be a fact, instead of, I can't see it, so it doesn't exist. No, there are ways to prove it, like Silva has proven it through his research. And it all started by coincidence, while he had a lot of scientists go against him. When he was doing this research, a lot of people disbelieved, until he has proven that it's real. So I will give you feedback. I've actually started another channel where I will be talking about the books that I am personally studying and sharing with people that are interested in these topics, because I find it very interesting that we lack the opportunities to make this spirituality that we are experiencing, that is part of us, hugely a fact. So I want to validate those energies, those states, those confusions that come through spirituality in a way where I want to voice it make sense to the people that seem to be confused or in disbelief about how important frequency and vibration when it comes to our energy and our energy expression. Once you understand the link between the two, you will find that everything in your life has a meaning, or it makes sense. I think it's significant. So if you find significance and if it helps you with understanding yourself and understanding your journey and being mindful of the energy that you are in while you are in these different states, trust me, you will find things about yourself that no one has taught you, that no one has told you. And through that, you will find your purpose, your mission, and you will feel more aligned with yourself and more aligned with your goals, materially connecting the spiritual and the physical.